Hello YouTube, in this tutorial we will learn how to combine requests. For example, just imagine that you have thousands of rows on a person in this table and you have dozens of columns, like 10 of columns, so a lot of data. But you want to extract data only about one person and you know stuff, for example, from two columns, like name and last name, or name and telephone, or ID and telephone. Now, we will not get into reasons why you have that data. You just have a couple of them, but not all, to extract more from your table. So let's actually construct one request. So select all, because we are searching for all rows based on two things. This is simplest possible scenario. So select all from our target, where we said that you will use where plus and where plus or. So where name equals, for example, Larry, and uppercase because it's a keyword, it's a part of MySQL syntax. And also, let's say we have last name, which is the first. And based on that, we need everything else. So from same row, okay? And let's see what's up. There you go. We have all other stuff, all other columns from our table. Now, maybe this looks simple, but just imagine that you have a lot of rows and you have like 10 columns here. So that this option means a lot, okay? It's very, very useful in practice, basically. So here's the question. Can you combine couple of names in the same request? Let's just see what's gonna happen. So name Larry will remain and name, for example, John. Will that work? No, it will not work. You get empty set. I mean, request as request is fine, but it's totally, it doesn't make sense, okay? So you cannot interchange, you cannot intercross these data in requests. So you are only interested in one line, and from that line you knew a couple of stuff, okay? ID and telephone, Larry and telephone. Well, let's actually do that. So select all from friends, where ID equals, well, let's say 15, and telephone equals 444888, and you will get Bill Gates. But Bill Gates only on position 15, okay? So we have two Bill Gates here, but you will get only one of them, okay? Why? Because we said that in the request we are just interested into that entry on row 15, okay? So that's very cool. Now see here, we are grabbing all, but we can also split what we need to grab, like this. Select, for example, just a name from friends, where ID equals, let me see what I have on top of these results, where ID is 16 and last name equals, what was it, Smith. And there you have just John. Why you have just John? Because here in the request you are interested in only one column, okay? So you can combine these columns. Your reports can be simple when they are done, but actual request can be complicated, okay? Now here's the thing. What if you work, for example, for police department, and on a scene of accident or something you have just two things and you don't know if those things are interconnected? So you want to go through all your databases, all your tables, and you want to see is there anything in those databases. So then you will use OR. So you have couple of things, you don't know if they are connected, you're just trying to establish that overall picture if you have something in the database at all. So let me just clear this terminal a bit. Let's see with what we are working with. Select all from friends. Okay, right. So let's say that you on the place of accident you have just ID for John, and that you have just a piece of some paper 555-444. That's like a telephone number. I don't know. Look, those data are like truly random, so you're trying to get some connection between them, if there is connection at all in some database, like database of police forces. Where I was, yeah. So select all. You are just going to grab everything because you don't know what you have. So you start with the big stuff. So select all from friends. Where, okay, we said that name will be John. You find that, for example, ID or something. And, oh sorry, or telephone, which was on some piece of paper, was 555-444. And now you will not get only one result. You will get, well, telephone. What the hell? Telephone. Right, so there you go. We have a couple of things here. So not just that we have established two things here, that we have error basically now in the database, that we have duplicated elements, we also establish that we have two persons with a lot of data about them. John, there is a John, okay, fine, that was on ID, some kind of ID. And there is also some Anastasia with that, you know, phone number. So maybe John was trying to get to Anastasia and then he just bumped into, I don't know, some wall or something scary like that. So this was just, you know, scary plastic example, but I'm definitely sure that you get the point. Okay, so let's use some other approach here. So let's say you have some old report from some old metric printer and you cannot see everything on that printer. It's destroyed, it was into some kind of mud, and you just see a couple of things like ID of something and last name of something. So you will say, you see ID, and that ID, well, of course will be number, so that will be like 3, but you also see last name, and that last name is some, I don't know. Now when you set that request to database, you get these results. So for some reason you get the part of the picture of what was it on that piece of paper that was printed like 5 decades ago. Okay, so see you next video. As always, thank you for watching, for support and subscription, and see you there.